Hey, Jerry, man, why don't you start us out tonight?
Yeah. Okay, we got another action-packed, exciting lineup of guests tonight. We got, of course, we got Charles Traynor, the fifth member of Oasis, the freaking Center Square, the Chuck Charles. He's got more nicknames than Apollo Creed does now. Charles Traynor. We got from the Blackspinner podcast, Andy Rodriguez. We've had a great time being on his shows.
Hey guys.
And then we got Al Horta from the Be Cooler Be podcast. Al Horta.
Hey guys.
How's everybody doing tonight, man?
Pretty good.
Great. Excited to be here tonight.
Yeah, man. So today we're gonna do 6 new or newer bands because people had trouble finding new music. Al sent me a list, but since he's on the show, I'm not going to read his list. He'll probably tell me his list. So when he put it on the post, and nobody else posted, so I got some fans on here that we're going to get their picks, especially the Great Wayne Newton.
Great.
His is hilarious, though.
But still,
self-promoter.
I probably know two of the bands on that list.
Well, it's 4. It's 5.
Oh, wow.
He gave me 5, but just wait till you hear the 5. But we're and then before that, we always get to the BS, man. Andy told me this. John 5 is rumored to replacing guitarist Mick Mars in Motley Crue for future shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that, Andy?
Well, it's probably because Mick Mars, he's probably getting worse with his ailment. He's been, it's been years that we thought that he wouldn't be touring anymore, and he's still doing it. So I'm just thinking that maybe it's going towards the end where he can no longer, keep up a rapid pace if they're going to keep on doing these tours, which they're already talking about doing 2023 to 2024 and going to Europe next year. So, and if they're going to use John 5, they're going to use a established guitarist who a lot of people respect, and someone who will respect the music. Because I like John 5. I think John 5 is a cool guy who plays well and knows his music history as well.
Oh, his solo albums are really good.
Yep.
You should check them out.
He's badass, yeah.
Al, what do you think about that?
I don't know. No, I mean, John 5 is a great guitar player. As far as, I guess, replacing Mick, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I mean, at this point in Motley Crue's career, I mean, it's like just kind of disband, bro. I mean,
They did. They signed a contract. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird, I guess. I don't know. I have really no opinion on it. At this point, I don't really see the point. But I mean, obviously they still want to go on and make money. So I guess more power to them. I don't have to go see him if I don't want. I do love John 5 though. He's a great guitar player. So I mean, maybe I'd go see them out of curiosity of seeing him live. So yeah, that's really it. That's really my opinion on it.
What do you think about it, Jerry? I'll go Charles first. Charles, what do you think about it? My bad.
Well, first off, I might be probably pretty melancholic most of the episode. It's a really sad day. It's Sammy Hagar's birthday. So
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up later, bitch. Hey, before let me say,
we're gonna
happy
do a moment of
birthday, Red
silence
Rock.
like last week.
No, happy birthday, fucking Red Rocker. Okay, go ahead, Charles.
Yeah.
Asshole.
I don't know.
That was a good one. I like it.
Funny.
Seems like a
Let me go get a shot of
seems
tequila.
like a steak for hamburger. I mean, I'm kind of over Motley Crue, period. And I thought that contract I thought they all had to play anyway. That's why, I mean, that contract thing is such horseshit.
It has
Just
to be
like
the 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. And so I mean, when they do it, if they do it, that was a week. Who thought that was real anyway to begin with? I never did. And I'm kind of over Motley Crue. They haven't done anything good since '94. And I
I
don't
like
know.
Saints of Los Angeles. To tell you
Yeah.
the truth.
Good
If
album.
people
I do
are
like that.
happy with it, then they're happy with it. It seemed like that's a huge downgrade for John 5. He'd be better off doing a solo thing, if you ask
Yep.
me.
Well, because he can make more money with Motley Crue, and if he leaves Rob Zombie,
Yeah.
because I heard there's rumors of John
Yeah.
5 not being on stage, and Rob wasn't saying anything about it. So,
Yeah.
because
I
Rob
don't-
Zombie's music doesn't lead to like him playing really; it's just rhythm. So,
Yeah.
I could see him going to Motley Crue for the money. That's just my.
Well,
What do you think about it, Jerry?
I'm agreeing with Al and Charles. It's like, I don't really care or think about it too much either way. I mean, if you want to go pay to see him, go see him. I agree with Charles when he says I'm over Motley Crue. I'm over them too. So whatever they want to do. I mean, I know Mick looked pretty stiff up there. I mean, I hope he does well. But yeah, I don't know. If you want to see him, go. I care less either way.
Dude, when I saw the stadium tour, they played really good. Vince's voice was a little off, but he made up for it like David Lee Roth does. He was entertaining. So I think his voice will get stronger and stronger. And also they want to do a second leg of the stadium tour here, which I would go to again because I had a great time there. But
all 5 of the bands?
Yeah. Well, just
5?
Motley Crue and Def Leppard are marrying themselves to each other right now. But I would like to see them bring Tesla on the tour. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I like Joan Jett. Joan Jett was really good. She impressed me live, but I would like to see Tesla. That is my second favorite band. But then we get to, we're going to mix it up between music and movies. So Liam Neeson, well, it says when I gave you guys this bullshit that he was in talks, but now he's confirmed to play the Leslie Nielsen character in a reboot of Seth MacFarlane's Naked Gun. What do you think about that, Andy?
Oh, Frank Drebin being played by Liam Neeson. When I was a kid, my mom dropped off me and a buddy at the movies to watch Hellraiser. Well, they wouldn't let us in because it's rated R, and my mom had already dropped us off, so we were stuck there. We're like, oh, well, we might as well go see Naked Gun. We didn't know what it was about, We just knew it was PG-13. Man, we laughed the whole movie through. It's still one of the best movies I've ever seen. I love Naked Gun. Parts 1 and 2.5 and 33 and a third. It's great stuff. And it's just hard to see, I'm not that big of a movie buff. So when it comes to Liam Neeson, I only know him as this, action hero guy or whatever he plays. So it's hard to see him playing this kind of comedic actor. So I find it hard.
He did that in A Million Ways to Die in the West. So he's done it before, and I thought he was really good at it. I'm just partial because Doc Brown was in that movie from Back to the Future. What do you think about it, Al?
How the hell can you replace Leslie Nielsen, man? Like that's just one of those. I don't know. What's funny is that Leslie Nielsen started out as a serious actor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of fell into this role, and he just this kind of role, the comedy, and he was just such a natural at it. Man.
Airplane was the one that did it for him, man.
I mean, I laughed my ass off so many times at his movies, man. I don't see how Liam Neeson can play that kind of character.
Yeah.
I guess if Seth MacFarlane's behind it, I'm kind of curious, but I mean, Hollywood and all these remakes and shit, though, man, it's just nobody has an original idea left.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. But I don't know. Out of curiosity, maybe I'd see it, but I'll wait till it comes to I guess Netflix or something. I don't know. Leslie Nielsen's just such an iconic character, man.
Yeah.
So.
Dracula dead and loving it.
It'd be real funny if you got OJ in it.
Nordberg.
Heroin. You're gonna need
great.
I'm saying the second one was the best. Who was the fucking big titty blonde in that movie?
That's the third one, Anna Nicole Smith.
Third one, Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh my god.
Fred Ward. Priscilla Presley wasn't the first one. And the second one, I think. Priscilla Presley.
Priscilla Presley was hot too.
Wow, nice beaver. Thanks. I just had it stuffed.
I gotta go off topic before I get you. I'm going on topic, Charles, before I get you, but I just gotta say, Naked Gun, where he's at an Angel game, right? Leslie Nielsen's faking to be the umpire at the Angel game.
Yeah.
That is fucking Dodger Stadium, you fucking assholes. That ain't fucking big, eh? You see the fucking center field? Fuck you putting the Angels in it, but it should have been the fucking Dodgers. You used Dodger Stadium.
It must have been off season because the field looked like shit.
You know how many concerts?
The grass wasn't cut. There was mounds of dirt in the outfield.
You know how many concerts play Dodger Stadium? The Cincinnati Reds have an Elton John bobblehead, bitch? I don't think so. All right.
I mean, there was a gun under second base. Jeez.
I must kill the queen, Reggie Jackson.
Reggie.
You know, I did see the Angels play with Rod Carew. That was fucking cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Rod Carew was a great fucking, that guy hit. He was old and he still hit for the Angels. That's fucking cool. Okay. Charles, what do you think about the Naked Gun with Liam Neeson?
I don't know. I'm intrigued. I think it might work because you got to remember with Leslie Nielsen and also an Airplane. You know, they went out of their way to put dramatic actors in that film,
right?
And they all, and like what Nielsen did was play it straight. He actually wasn't even trying to be comedic. And they told him just play it straight, and he did, and that's why it was even more hilarious. And that's where he developed his style. So it might work, but I am very much against all these remakes in general. Period. They're remaking Scarface. Why?
Well, that's how
they really
be the third remake of that movie, though. So
I know it's a remake of a remake of a remake, and then it's going to combine the elements of the first two film into one. How are you going to do that?
I don't want to remake Scarface. Really, I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, they're remaking it.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Like they're remaking Red Sonja with some girl with no boobs, but I don't care.
But Liam Neeson might pull it off. I mean, with McFarlane especially is the director, right? He's directing.
Yeah.
I love everything Seth's done, dude.
Yeah, me too.
You might. I wouldn't run to the theater though. I agree. I'd probably wait.
I love Orville, man. That's like old Next Generation mixed with regular Star Trek. Fucking cool. The Orville.
Yeah.
It's fucking so cool. So what do you think about it, Jerry?
No, Charles said a lot about, there were more than just Leslie Nielsen being one of the more serious actors on Airplane at that time. I tell you what, had Robert Stack, Lloyd Bridges.
Looks like I picked the wrong time to stop.
Peter Graves. I mean, there's a lot of serious actors there.
Baba Billingsley.
Yeah, I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, he wasn't much of an actor, but
no, dude, that was one of the best scenes in that movie. Besides the fucking when they're walking to the airport, the white zone is for unloading and loading of passengers. No, the red zone. You just want me to get an abortion. Well, it's very safe. It's like there's so much going on in that fucking movie. You got to watch it a million times before you hear every.
But I'd give it a shot. Like I said, I wouldn't go to the theater and see it, but if it was on Amazon or something, I'd probably watch it. I love Liam Neeson, so I'd give him the the chance to pull it off if he can. My wife loves him, so she'll probably want to go see that too. So it could be a fun date night maybe.
The first time I saw Liam Neeson was in I think it was Next to Kin with Patrick Swayze, with him and Bill Paxton, which is a very underrated movie that everybody needs to see. Next to Kin.
Mine was
Rules.
The Deadpool, Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry. That's the first time I seen him.
You didn't see him in fucking Dark Man either.
Well, afterward I did, yeah, but that's the first time. But I really remember him from.
Wow, the Deadpool.
But dude, the movie I just said, Next to Kin, Patrick Swayze, Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt. That movie he's playing a hillbilly fucking New York cop who has to go back to figure out who killed their brother, and Liam Neeson is trying to do hillbilly justice on the person who killed their brother. It's a fucking amazing movie. Next to Kin doesn't get any fun. No, when people say Patrick Swayze, nobody says fucking Next to Kin. That movie rules.
Not as good as Roadhouse. That's why.
Well, Roadhouse does rule, but Next to Kin, dude, it's just as good as Roadhouse.
It's not bad.
It's fucking great movie. So let's get back to some music here. Start with you, Andy.
Yep.
Dave Mustaine denies David Ellefson was a founding member of Megadeth. Like Ellefson responds, "If you don't have my back, fuck it." What do you think of that?
Well, first of all, it already sounds like Ellison is already backing down. I mean, if you don't agree, oh well, but I don't think Ellison was the first bassist, but he was the one that was in Megadeth. It was established and helped push it forward. So again, it's a question like last week about the legality of a band. So I don't know that much about that of what contracts were signed and how they're going to move forward, because I'm pretty sure there were contracts signed.
Well, before I get to Al here, I just got to say that I've heard a podcast of Dave Mustaine where he said that he heard Ellefson playing bass up at his apartment above him when he got kicked out of Metallica. He went up to him and started talking to Ellefson about starting a band with him because he enjoyed hearing his bass. What do you think about that, Al?
Yeah, it must. When Mustaine is pissed at somebody, he just kind of just
embarrassing.
Yeah, he just goes all out just to kind of just embarrass them and whatever. It's like he knows it's his band, but Ellefson did start it. He did start it with Ellefson. I mean, those two have been the constants in that band. I mean, I know Ellefson was out for a while, and I think by Mustaine's admission, I think one day, he called Ellefson up. He's like, I kind of need you to be my right hand man again. I'm paraphrasing here or something. I don't know if that's his exact words, but so I mean, those guys had a bond, for a long time. It's just this whole thing with Ellefson, the skin. It's just bullshit, and I don't know. I think it's the whole money thing, at the end of the day, so I don't know, man. Just Mustaine, when you're on his bad side, he'll badmouth you anyway. And I think he'll just say shit just to say it. I don't think it's true. I mean, I think it's just, he started Megadeth with him, just like you said, man. Like he heard him playing bass one time and asked him to form a band. So right there, it's like those two have been there since the beginning. So
what do you think about it, Charles?
I think Mustaine's full of shit. So I'm pretty sure I read that in a book as well about Mustaine, that he started the band with Ellefson. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know any other bass player that started with him.
Yeah, I never heard of anybody else.
I could be wrong, but I really don't think so. But we know Dave Mustaine's full of shit. Just watch Saint Anger and watch him boohoo about being kicked out of Metallica like he always acts like he won't.
Oh, yeah. It was all editing, man. It was editing.
Yeah, true. Just stick to the music, Dave Mustaine. Shut the hell up. And I thought David Ellefson was a preacher. I don't know about saying fuck if you're a preacher, but I think there's wrongs on both ends there.
Well,
but really,
Christians aren't perfect. Just remember that.
I know that, but the hell with Mustaine. I just like his music. I find him to be motor mouth, and you can't believe half the things he says.
What do you think about it, Jerry?
And he's just turning into a bitter fucking old man, dude. It's like, let it go. I mean, he's still bitching about Metallica. It's like, dude, get over it, man. Jesus. It's kind of, I don't know what their deal is, what happened between them, obviously it's between both of them, but they're better together than apart. So, I don't think it'll ever happen again. They'll get back together, but they made good music in the time they were together. So, to celebrate that. And Dave just needs to, I don't know, he just needs to chill out, man. Like everybody said, he's getting too bitter and annoyingly bitter. So I don't know.
Well, he also,
matter of fact, it was that book right there about Mustaine. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are right about. I don't know what he's talking about.
But the thing is, he just said that he would like to make another album with Metallica, write songs with fucking,
That's never gonna happen.
That's never. That'd be cool if it did. You know.
But
that'd
why
be-
are you so hung up on a Metallica? Megadeth is an ultra successful world-renowned band. I mean, shit, man.
We got two great bands out of this.
Yeah, exactly. Just let it go,
Shut the
dude.
fuck up, dude.
I mean, pretty much, Dave, you won because you yourself went out on your own and had a successful band on your own right.
But then again, that just shows how much more successful Metallica is and how much they bring in.
Well,
I
yeah,
want to
that's
see
the big
Metallica
four.
100 times over Megadeth because they opened for Five
Yes,
Finger
of
Death.
course.
Pussy
That's
Punch.
how much
But,
more Metallica's bringing in. I guarantee it. That's why.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
So I already said what I thought. We're gonna give this to Andy because this is one of his favorite bands. Blink 182 getting back together. Give us your thoughts on this, brother.
one of my favorite bands. Wow, that's really putting them up there.
I thought it was. You know, you always.
Oh, yeah,
defend
no.
them.
Well, no, I do like Blink 182. I really enjoy them. I've seen them a couple of times. I will buy this new album that's going to come out with Tom DeLonge because Tom DeLonge is my favorite member of there. And when he left Blink 182, I didn't hear the 2 or 3 albums that were released without him. I did see the tour for Neighborhood, which was really good. I'm glad that he's back in the fold, you know, especially with a cancer scare to Mark. No, my guy's Mark Hoppus. Mark Hoppus. So, you know, maybe he, you know, mortality and all that stuff coming back because Tom DeLonge, you know, he's also in Angels and Airwaves, which is not as successful as Blink 182, but they are a successful band in their own right. And maybe this tour's going to be big. I won't go because the last time I saw them the way I wanted to see them. They played almost a playlist that I would have given them. So I don't want that to be ruined, so I'm not going to go see them this time around. Those ticket prices already are insanely high. The tickets went on sale for Houston already, or they go on sale tomorrow, but the show's not until the beginning of summer. So, you know, you can count me out on that, but, you know, I think it's good for them to come back. I think Blink-182 might attract a younger crowd, you know, with, is Travis Barker married to one of the Kardashians or was?
Unfortunately,
Dating,
yes.
I think. I don't know if they're
No,
married.
he's married.
They're
Joe.
married.
Are they married?
They're
Courtney.
So that'll bring a younger new crowd to the band because of that. So, you know, whatever's going to keep the band going, and if they can sell tickets, more power to them. But I will buy the new album when it comes out because I do like to hear Tom DeLonge sing. I know a lot of people don't like his voice, but I like it. So that's all that I really need to say about that. I'm just glad they're back.
I only like Mark when he sings, but Al, what do you think of that?
I'm not really a Blink 182 fan, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I mean, if it matters to the fans, and more power to them. You know, they were never really my thing, though. I don't own any of their albums. I've heard a couple of their songs. I mean, some of their songs are kind of fun, you know, but it's not anything I'd rush really go out by. I mean, I was never big on the whole pop punk genre anyway. I mean, aside from some Green Day, maybe in the early stuff. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I guess, you know, I shouldn't say. I mean, you can call Ramones actually kind of the originators of pop punk, really, because they kind of were poppy too, and I love them. They're like one of my favorite bands. But they were their own thing. You know, they were originators of like punk rock. So, but Blink 182, I mean, hey, it's good. You know, it's good for their fans that the original lineup is back together. So, you know, that's really all I got to say about that.
What do you think about it, Charles?
They would have been on my worst bands list, but I didn't want to bounce off of it. I can't stand Blink 182 or fake punk music like Green Day or any of that crap.
I like Green Day.
So,
I hate
know
Good
you do.
Charlotte, Blink 182.
hey, they might be able to get Trickster to open them up for them and get them out of that Rib Shack. That would be cool.
I don't know why you keep bringing Trickster up. I don't like Trickster. I like 3 albums by Trickster, and it's not their original albums. I like
I
the
know,
later
I
albums.
agree. I know that about you. I'm just trying to help Trickster get out of the rib shacks and get him a gig. But Blink-182 is not my cup of tea and never has been. So
You know what? You know what? Fucking Tora Tora is a great band. You should listen to them.
Tora is pretty good.
Yeah. So what do you think about
Danger?
Oh God, dude, they're good, but they're not that, the guitar player of that band. If you have you been looking into Fuckers of Rock? We've been talking about Danger. They were Jim and fucking Stoner dude Roger. But what do you think about Blink-182, Jerry?
I don't know. You think any band with Janine Lindemotor on their cover would, in a nurse's outfit for that would be good, but yeah, I was never big into them. Like I said, if you're a fan of them, enjoy. Just never did it for me.
Why you still might enjoy?
Enjoy.
You know that's my nice way of saying your selection sucks. But
I mean, obviously they don't suck. Okay, I can't get it. Are they really doing a stadium tour?
No, they're playing Bank of California, which is a soccer stadium. It's not like
I heard it was a stadium
like,
tour. I'm like,
yeah, it's soccer stadiums. They're not that big.
Okay.
I saw Iron Maiden there at Bank, California, and they were really good.
Yeah, I'm like, are they big enough to sell out a stadium?
No, they would have to have so many bands on there, like Def
Gotcha.
Leppard,
Okay, that makes more
Poison,
sense.
you know,
That makes
shit like
sense.
that. But I agree. I hate the band Blink-182. I can't stand Tom's voice. God, it's like nails on the chalkboard to me. But if you like it, like Jerry said, enjoy.
Travis Barker's a badass drummer, though. I have to
But
give
their
props to
ticket
him,
prices over $500 is horrible.
Geez.
Yeah.
They are not worth. Bruce Springsteen isn't worth those ticket prices.
Yeah, I would pay that for Zeppelin or Floyd or something.
And Bruce was one of the best tours I've ever seen on Tunnel of Love at the fucking LA Arena, Sports Arena, which is no longer there anymore. But then we get to shit. Okay, we already did that. Aikman getting flack for saying, my hope is that the competition committee looks at this next set of meetings and we take the dresses off. What do you think about that, Andy?
Well, I agree with what he's saying about football getting a little bit softer, but then again on our NFL podcast with Jerry Soupy, we talked about that as well. They're also making sure that players are safe. We see concussions almost every week, and maybe his choice of words were poor, especially with things that are going on every day in the media. Maybe he should have used something different, but that's Troy Aikman, and he was talking about it, and it just, he said it, and now he's under fire for it, I guess. And I'm sure that he'll make a big apology about it, and
I don't want him to apologize. I want him to keep his true statement because I hate it when people bow down to the Twitter pressure. What do you think about that, Al?
It'll be forgotten about in 15 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Just like everything else in this world, everything's so fast paced. They'll forget about it in a couple of days. Now it'll be over and on to the next thing. So I don't even care,
What do you think about that, Charles?
The woke police trying to strike again. It's football. He can say whatever the hell he wants to. He's a Hall of Famer. It's football. Let it be football. In fact, they're trying to put even tighter rules now. And you're getting crappy, fake ass roughing the passer calls. Hey, one of the Browns' wins was behind I'll admit it, was a really terrible roughing the passer call against Carolina. We took advantage. Well, not advantage. It's just the way the rules are. I mean, yeah, the concussion protocol, it's all that, but it's football. Bring back my football. Aikman didn't say nothing wrong. If you don't like it, don't watch football.
So what do you think about it, Jerry?
I mean, I understand you got to protect your stars somewhat, but come on. It's like, these guys play at a level that we'll never know or, understand. And what do they want? How are they going to, their motor is constantly going, these defensive linemen. I mean, how are they going to pull off? You know what I mean? That easily. From what there's two with Brady and the other one with
Mahomes.
Mahomes. I mean,
Yeah, those
come
weren't
on
past
now.
roughing the passer at all. Dude.
No, they weren't. It was ridiculous
The
calls.
guy even braced himself over Mahomes and didn't even put his full body weight on him.
I don't care. It was a joke, man. And you know, I have to agree with Aikman. Like, you know, I think he's right. He shouldn't take his words back. It's frustrating if you're a real true football fan. I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up with people like Jack Lambert and Lawrence Taylor, man. Those guys
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, I mean, those guys would run you over and, you know, go after your mother afterwards. So
Ronnie Lott would hit you and give you a slobber knocker.
That's the kind of football that I like and grew up with.
Yeah, Ronnie Lott used to pop the shit out of you. You're running up the middle.
All right. Well, let's stay in the football subject. Devontae Adams got charged with a misdemeanor for assault on the Monday Night Football show. What do you think about that, Andy?
Oh, well, like I told you when we were messaging back and forth, he should. That was ridiculous, and he did assault another person who probably does work for the NFL as a freelance photographer.
Yeah, photographer.
You know, and I do understand that. Well, no, I really don't understand. I mean, there was no need for him to even touch him, much less push him against the wall. And the guy fell. And dude, Devontae Adams is a big old dude, man. So he should be charged with what he's being charged with, and he should be fined or maybe even suspended by the NFL for his actions. Yeah, it was not on the football field.
I just can't believe the NFL hasn't said anything about it yet. This is a while back now. It's like 3 days ago. What do you think about it, Al?
Yeah, he should be fine, man. I mean, assaulted. You know, he should be charged with assault, and it's not cool. You know, I mean, what else are you gonna do? You know.
What about you, Charles? What do you think of that?
That's the right thing. That guy worked actually for ESPN, the Monday Night Football crew, and he sustained injuries. What happens on the field amongst players is one thing, but you know, when you take it to anybody, either a spectator or somebody that's not involved in the game itself, yeah, they have to do something. And probably NFL's waiting for all the legal stuff to happen. I bet he's not on the field this week. I bet you know something about that here soon.
It's kind of late though. It's like 3 days later. We should have had something.
Yeah, well,
NFL
I guarantee you they'll have something together for this Sunday.
What do you think about it, Jerry?
It'll be taken out of court. They'll settle out of court for an undisclosed sum of money, I'm sure. But yeah, it was unnecessary. I mean, these guys are, in shape, strong athletes, man. And he threw that dude like a rag doll on that wall. So it was totally, I mean, there's two different things. He got that one, and he had the Bobby Wagner thing a couple of weeks ago. Two different things, I think, in my opinion. You don't know when these guys are charging the field what they're going to do to you, if they have something, a knife or a bomb or something on them, So I didn't blame Bobby Wagner at all for tackling that dude. And now that dude's suing Bobby Wagner now. It's like, that doesn't make sense there. But I'm sure he'll get a settlement too,
Yeah, I agree, man. That guy, what is it? He apologized, right? He said the first thing I do is he'd apologize. So he knew he felt bad about it. He said he felt bad right when he did it. But fuck, I think people who play for the Raiders get that mentality. They just become thugs. No offense to any thugs out there. You guys are cool. I'm just saying. But I'm not using that word as a racist term. Just want to make sure. But I don't know what's up with the Raiders and this culture they're building it in the Raiders, because everybody seems to be out for themselves. It just, how many Raiders are like in jail right now?
Well, they're known to get to sign the hotheads of the league too, and Don Daniel's never a hothead, but in the past they've signed locker room cancers that are hotheads. So of course they're going to get a lot more negative publicity because of that.
Yeah, I just hated I had to explain I wasn't racist, just to let you know. But
I mean, if that didn't happen with that receiver that was drunk and killed somebody, I think you wouldn't be hearing. I don't think they'd even have Devontae Adams on their team. But
no,
I don't know. Like I said, it'll be a quick thing. I'm sure he will. The guy will get a nice little settlement, and
Well, he
swept
should
up,
get something because he got a slight concussion. He's got whiplash. Guy's got a lot of things. I don't know if he's making this up to get money, but that shove was pretty horrific.
And in the players' union, they'll get involved in it and take Heaven's back the whole way, because they have to. But
no. All right, one more story. I'm not going to go to the NFL anymore. Because this is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Science. NASA crashed a spacecraft into the asteroid to try to disrupt its orbit, and it worked. What do you think about that, Andy?
I really don't know that much about what happened in space. I know I live in Houston and NASA and all that, but I really don't. I guess, was it an asteroid that was coming towards us and they stopped it?
No, it wasn't coming close. It was just a test thing in case one does.
Oh, okay.
Or who knows? Maybe it was. They're just not telling us. Who knows?
Yeah, man. Maybe it's distracting us. What's going on?
Well, then that's pretty cool knowing that they can protect a planet from anything like that happening.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that, Al?
I think it's cool too. I think if we have the technology and that we could do that, and I think that's good. That's a good thing, That's really it,
What do you think about it, Charles?
Well, we could do it without a shitty Aerosmith ballad. That was even greater. Hey, I'm gonna step off for 1 second, but I'll be right back.
All right, now I'll go to Jerry. What do you think about that? I guess
I agree. Yeah, Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck would be proud, man. It's pretty cool, man. It's cool. That's something that is a very realistic possibility one day, man. So it's a cool thing that they actually had success the first time, and they're going to try it again to test it to make it better, I'm sure. But it's actually kind of a relief to know that in case there is that doomsday comet coming, they can have somewhat of a chance to deflect it or destroy it or whatever.
I thought that was pretty cool that they were even working on it. I didn't even know about it. But I'm always thinking with the media, something's else is going on that they're not telling us about.
Dude, NASA's that's amazing shit, dude. Those guys come up with, man. It's just incredible.
All right.
And to think that they got the calculations and everything right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's some smart people out there.
So now, before we get to our top 6 new or newer bands that you should listen to, I'm just going to say we need you guys to subscribe. We've been on 169 subscribers for a while. It's like irritating me. So come on, make it 170 at least. We have a Facebook page. We're in a group. We like you guys to post. I just post funny memes there mostly, or jokes or news stories or music. We're all over the place, sports.
Yep.
Maybe a lot about the 49ers. So if you guys are Cowboys fans, post some Cowboy shit in there and we can make fun of you. But just keep doing stuff, man.
But don't get butthurt if we make fun of you Cowboys now. Okay?
Yes, don't get butthurt.
I don't.
Or we make fun of the Browns, but we have no reason to make fun of the Browns because
they're
not relevant.
They make fun of themselves.
Listen, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm enjoying the ride right now until we crash and burn as usual. So my expectations are low.
Nah, dude. Actually, you guys are scaring me because I think you are looking.
Oh yeah, your defense is really good.
Yeah, that defense is fantastic.
I think the Niners is just as good, but we got to see what Bulls is up to this week.
We'll still find a way to screw it up.
Well, you're gonna have
already a step ahead right there.
Already
a step ahead.
People were disagreeing with me about a quarterback controversy, but I see it, and a lot of people are seeing it. I'm getting this from Cowboy Nation. Start Dak, start Cooper, start Dak, start Cooper.
If Cooper beats the Eagles this week, then there will be a quarterback controversy.
I don't think that there should be. I mean, this past week, Cooper Rush barely passed for over 100 yards. Come on.
He didn't make the mistake though.
Can you imagine if
What do you think, Al? A Cowboy fan? What do you think?
Can you imagine if they let Drew Bledsoe back in after Tom Brady did as good as he did?
Well, listen, Dak, took over under the same circumstances.
Tony Romo,
yeah, and I think history is repeating itself. Yeah. If like Jerry says, if they beat the Eagles this week, I think Rush is going to stay there, man.
Wow.
I mean, it don't matter if he has good numbers at all. They're gelling as a team, so
Yeah.
that's important, man.
Dak just doesn't make the big plays that he needs to, man. I mean, he fucks up a lot. So
yeah, running on no timeouts. Yeah, that's pretty
stupid, dude. I mean,
That was funny.
Cooper Rush is impressing me, man. He really is. So,
hey, he's managing it perfectly. He's doing what he can to win, man. That's all you can ask of the guys.
He's Trent Dilfer with the Baltimore Ravens.
So what? Dak is making what, $38 million a year? You're just gonna sit him?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just gonna sit down a $38 million player and just have him sit there.
Maybe they'll trade him by the trading deadline. Maybe.
Trade him, but who's gonna pick him up for that amount of money?
There's that meme. There's that meme that he's the highest paid cheerleader.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I mean, Dak Prescott is no better than Jimmy Garoppolo, in my opinion. So, and I think Jimmy's a second-tier quarterback. At best.
Jimmy's been taking some chances with his passes lately, though. He's been
about fucking time, and this dink and dunk shit's getting old.
Well, because I read that he said maybe this will be a Hollywood ending where they try to get rid of me and I win the Super Bowl. That's fucking cool.
That will be tough if he wins the Super Bowl, getting rid of him.
I mean, I'm not saying that Dak is a fantastic quarterback. I think he might be outside looking in of the top 10, but I don't know.
Well, he did beat the Niners on his first ever start, which pissed me off because we had a good lead.
Yeah, he's playing against Nick Mullins, man. Come on.
I thought there was Kaepernick on his first start.
Was it Kaepernick?
Yeah, it was Kaepernick, I think. Because
that's just as bad.
Our defense, that's when Kaepernick didn't have a good defense, so they let them come back.
But let's get 2-14 season. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Let's get to our main attraction. Our top 6 new or newer bands that you think people should hear. Let's start with you, Andy. What's your number 6?
Okay, I didn't really rank these, but I'll start with number 6. I don't know how old we can go. You said up to 10 years. So I did go back a little back. This band is out of Liverpool. No, I'm kidding. No. No, but one of my favorite bands to come out of the past 10 years is Cage the Elephant. I'm a big Cage the Elephant fan. I've seen them a couple of times. I believe they're on their 1, 2, 3 on their 5th album already. The first 3 were fantastic. I didn't get into the first 4 were really good. The 5th one, I believe, won a Grammy for Best Alternative Album, which I didn't like that much. But 1, 2, 3, and 4 are really good albums, and I know that a lot of people are already familiar with them, but they should dig more into their music instead of just what's on the radio. So that's one of my picks for people to be more familiar with Cage the Elephant.
Yeah, I like that band also. They also opened for the Foo Fighters a lot. So what do you think about, what's your number 6, Al?
There's a band called Them Damn Kings. They're out of Georgia. They only really came out like maybe the first album came out last year or even like early this year. And I kind of think of them as a mix between like Black Label Society and like Alice in Chains. They have kind of the harmonies like Alice in Chains and kind of like a Black Label Society kind of sound. I've been hearing like one of their songs on college radio station here in New Jersey, and it's pretty damn catchy, heavy, catchy, kind of like, with the harmonies of Alice in Chains, and it kind of caught my ear. And I think I posted it on my Facebook page like months ago about them. I posted a video of the song, and I checked out their album, and it's really good. So they're really like a new band. I mean, I think they only formed like 2-3 years ago, and so they're really like the definition of like a new band, with only one album out. So the album is called Rise Up, and it came out I think earlier this year, if not late last year. I can't remember. I think it's a 2022 release actually. So I think maybe the single came out late last year. So yeah, Them Damn Kings is the name of them. So that's my number 6.
Yeah, I wrote it down and I wrote Andy's down because I'll probably put links to them in the show notes. So Charles, what's your number 6?
This is all-girl quartet out of the Pacific Northwest called Thunder Pussy.
Ooh, I like them.
I describe their sound as like a mix between indie and arena rock. Very, very powerful stuff there. Some of the tracks check out. They did a pretty cool cover of Jefferson Airplane, Somebody to Love. That's a good one. The track Speed Queen, and they're just like Bad Company. They did a track after their name, Thunder Pussy. That was probably my favorite song by them. They have one album. So if you're into like arena rock type sounds, check them out. I think they're a promising band. I think they've only been around a couple years, maybe. So.
What about you, Jerry?
My first band, that's U2. Since I like classical music, I like opera, I like metal, so obviously I'm going to like symphonic metal. These guys have actually been around a while, but they've really gotten no recognition. It's called Imperia. Very hard action symphonic metal. Helena Michelson's got an incredible voice. She can sing. They've been around since, I'm cheating a little bit. They've been around since the early 2000s, but, they're hardly known. They had like 6 or 7 albums out, but this is one of their best ones, The Lost Horizon. Check them out if you're into that type of music. That's just my first one.
So my number 6 is a band. I think most of us know this guy, Mick Twatkins, Wild Ride. I think they got 2 EPs out. If you like classic Van Halen and classic fucking 80s metal rock, you need to check out Wild Ride. It's WYDERIDE. Check them out. Check out their YouTube page. Fucking give this band a fucking listen to. Because Wild Ride fucking kicks ass. If you like Van Halen, you would like fucking Wild Ride. That's my number 6.
Are they like Wild Stallions?
No, they're actually better than Wild Stallions. Yeah. Way better. Have you heard Wild Ride? Have you heard Wild Ride, Al?
No, I never heard that, man. I just wrote it down, so I'll check them out.
Yeah, you need to check them out. They're really good. Mick Watkins,
Gasoline
he's
Alley.
like a
Good track.
great guy too. Mick Watkins rules. Mick Watkins,
cool.
Man, thumbs up, man.
Dick Twatkins.
Dick Twatkins, yeah, he's on the Rock All of You podcast all the time. Plug bitches. Plug my podcast now. All right, so then we get to number 5. What's your number 5, Andy? Or you don't have them rated. You just have them in order. Whatever.
My next one, I'm pretty much going to talk about bands that are well established. I went with Mammoth with Wolfgang Van Halen. He only has 1 album out. He's done very good for himself on touring. So I'm pretty. His first album was okay. I was expecting it to be a little bit better, but now that he's toured extensively, and he should be having a second album coming out. I'm looking for the second album to be better than his first.
He's working on it right now, so
I like this.
Saw him doing the drum tracks. He's all sweaty. Drum tracks done.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. His first one's good, but I think that he can do better. Is what I'm trying to say. Because live he plays a lot of different instruments. He's very good with the crowd, and he really does have a real pop rock sensibility about himself. So I put Mammoth. I really think that they're going to be a really good band. They just have to push it a little bit more.
The thing is with Mammoth, it looks like he's a control freak, and he's just going to record the whole album and just take out a touring band. He's not going to be like Dave Grohl was with the Foo Fighters, where he recorded it and then made a band later.
Right.
I don't think Wolf was doing that. I think he's too much of a perfectionist. What do you think about that, Al? Oh, what's your number 6? Number 5, I mean. Number 5. My bad.
Well, just talking about Wolfgang real quick. I think his next album is going to be better. I did like his first album though, but I think he's going to step it up a notch on this next one. He's got touring. He had touring experience with Van Halen, but now he's been a front man on his own for a while, playing in front of real big crowds, like with his own band. I think I think he's going to step it up. I'm hoping he does. So anyway, going back to picks, I mean, again, these picks aren't really. They're not really ranked for me. I'm just kind of picking through. I must have like probably 8 or 9 bands on my list here. I'm just kind of picking through. But I'm gonna go with. It's funny that Charles mentioned a band called Thunder Pussy because my next band is from Sweden. That's all girl quartet, and they're called Thunder Mother. And it's kind of like AC/DC meets Motorhead. They're really good. Black and Gold is their latest album. I think they have like 4 albums under their belt, but now they're just kind of getting noticed here in the States. And I'm telling you, man, if you're AC/DC and Motorhead in an all-female band, that's, you know, they kick ass, man. They got that old school 70s sound, you know. I guess you could kind of say that Girl School was that kind of band back in the 80s, you know. They were a pretty tough band. I mean, and these girls, you know, seem to be kind of following in that footstep. So if you like classic 70s, like AC/DC, and like you like Motorhead, check them out. Thunder Mother from Sweden. Black and Gold is their latest album.
Yeah, Thunder Mother. I messaged them on Instagram to see if they wanted to be on Freeform. They didn't get back to me, but I like them. They're a really good band.
Yeah,
So
they're good, man.
what's your number 5, Charles?
I had them down as an honorable mention as well, but I skipped over them because of Thunder Pussy. I think that name is even cooler, but I checked them out. So,
Thunder Mother and Thunder Pussy should tour together.
Yeah,
Man.
3-piece outfit out of Canada, named Spirit Box. Good mix of progressive metal with a little metal in there. We got 2 albums out. 2017 and 2021. A good track check out would be called Secret Garden. If you just wanted to get a taste of them, if you're into that kind of, I think your voice is really unique.
There's been a buzz about them. I've been hearing about them a lot. So
yeah. Plus a 3-piece outfit. I mean, I'm always, you know, a big fan of 3-member bands anyway.
So am I. Yeah. Trios.
Yeah. So what's your number 5, Jerry?
My number 5 is, I think these ladies are out of New York. I'm not 100% sure. I think Al just met all these ladies actually. Flush.
Good band.
This album, and these girls can rock, dude. Mariah Formica has got an amazing voice. I think they have a bunch of EPs and singles out, or just, I don't know, something like that. But this is their first full-length album, and man, I'm telling you, it rocks, man. These girls know how to rock it.
They're really good album.
Yeah,
I like it.
They're really cool too.
Yeah, Al met them.
Yeah.
He meets everybody, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm beginning to think it's photoshopped, man.
All right, so then I get to my number 6, a band I saw open for the Black Crowes, but I liked them before that. Dirty Honey.
Yeah.
I fucking love that band. They're fucking 70s Aerosmith, 70s fucking sleaze rock. They fucking guy has a great voice, and he spells his name the right way with a C. Mark. He's fucking great dude, man. I love it. So then we get to your number 4, Andy, and I'm gonna be right back.
Right.
I want to hear what it is first. Okay, I'm gonna pause it then. All right, Andy, your number 4.
Yeah, my next one is a band that's been together for maybe 10 years or less, but I've really been paying attention to their last 2 albums, and they're really good. I want to call them, not sure quite pop, like prog pop or prog light rock, but they're called The War on Drugs.
Oh, I heard of them.
And they've got some really good tracks. Their last album is called I Don't Live Here Anymore, and it's really good. Their songwriting is fantastic. I think they're like a 7 or an 8-piece band. So there's a lot of different instruments going around. So The War on Drugs is one of, I guess, number 4 for me.
So what's your number 4, Charles?
It's Al.
Now,
Oh,
What's
Al,
my
what's
name,
your number
Skip?
4? My bad.
Number 4, I'm going to go with here's a power trio. They're out of Sweden. They're actually they're called Monolord, and they're like a stoner in the stoner doom rock genre, which I like a lot. I love that genre.
Yeah, me too.
They started around 2013. I think they only have like 3 albums out, but Rust, No Comfort, and Your Time to Shine, and they mix a little bit of psychedelic in there too. Really awesome band. I mean, Mono Lord, and there's like a running joke. I think the joke of how they got their name Mono Lord is I think one of the members is actually deaf in one ear, so they were joking about something about like a stereo thing. He's like, well, he can't hear in stereo anyway. He only hears in mono, so that's how they kind of came up with their name. So I kind of found that pretty humorous. So, but Mono Lord is a really cool band that you should check out. 3-piece from Sweden as well. Them Swedish, man, they're doing pretty good. So
Yeah.
What's your number 4, Charles? Charles?
I got another trio as well out of Seattle. You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
I'm there. Okay. Another trio out of Seattle signed to legendary Sub Pop Records called the Black Tones. The band is a twin sister, twin brother. It's a grungy indie thing type again, with even a little bit of slight hip hop beats to it, just a little, but organic played. Their album is called Cobain and Cornbread. So they're obviously inspired by Nirvana. A nice track check out was called Ghetto Spaceship, or There's a Spider in My Room. A real interesting sound of this band, and if they're on Sub Pop, usually Sub Pop's onto something. So the Black Tone.
Cool. What's your number 4, Jerry?
Number 4 is actually out of Los Angeles, and they're actually a family band too. They're all brothers and sisters, and this girl can wail too. If you hear her do Rainbow in the Dark, I suggest you watch it on YouTube. It's a band called Liliac. They're young kids, man, but they can freaking rock. They're talented. The guitar player's great. The drummer's great. The singer just fucking wails. They got like 1 or 2 albums out and a whole shitload of like EPs and singles, man. I mean, give them a shot, man. You'll be surprised, man. Isn't your mama's Partridge Family?
Nice. I did my number CD because it's right in front of me because it's brand new. Starcrawler. This is their 3rd album.
They're good.
They're like
good.
a mix between punk and Blondie, and they're going a little bit more Blondie-ish on this 3rd album, but it's fucking cool. I like it. Check them out. I would like to see them. They're playing a whiskey, and I didn't have money. I'm broke. But then we go to our number 3. Andy, what's your number 3?
Yeah, I was just introduced to this band this week, and I was like, wow, that'll be perfect for the show. I think they've only been around since 2016, maybe 2015. They're called King Buffalo, and they are like doom rock or stoner rock, but I just want to call it today's prog rock. It's a really good stuff. Longer songs, great guitar work. Just some good prog rock of today is the way that I would put it.
Cool.
So their name is King Buffalo.
Nice. So what's your number 3, Al?
Band out of Pennsylvania called Crowbot, Crobot.
Robot, yeah.
I have all their albums.
Yeah, great band. I think they have like 4 full-length albums.
Yep.
They really started gaining the foothold about a couple years ago, and Brandon Yeagley, phenomenal vocalist. He actually did a cameo on Anthrax's drummer
Charlie Benante.
Charlie Benante, yeah. He did during COVID. He did these Rush covers and stuff like that, like streaming. and he put all of them on an album and put it out. And Brandon, I mean, he did like instrumentals, but then the song to vocals, he had Brandon sing on it, and he nailed them pretty admirably. You know, it's not an easy thing to sing Rush, you know, so, or to cover them. And he did an awesome job on there. So I give him a lot of props. He's a great vocalist. I like that band. I mean, great hard rock band. They have a little bit of stoner in them, a little bit, you know. But I love them, man. I mean, I got to meet them too. And Brandon's a really cool dude, you know. And you know, they're gonna be around for a while, hopefully, you know. So, Crowbot, my number 3.
Yeah, that's their new album right here.
Yeah,
Really
I
good.
can't see it. You got to go to your left.
It's called Feel This.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Feel This. Great. I love that band. That's a great new band. I didn't pick them. I figured one of you guys would have. So I'm trying to get all these kind of newer bands out there. So Charles, what's your number 3?
A little quartet out of Dublin, Ireland, named Inhaler. If you're into indie music, you know, kind of like Stone Roses and the Smiths, stuff like that, they're a mix of that. And their front man is a certain Elijah Hewson, who happens to be the son of Bono.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
You too, Mark.
I know.
They've done opening slots for Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, another big U2 fan, and also an excellent performer in his own right. Good tracks from them is I Want You. That's definitely got a Manchester type feel to it. My Honest Face and These Are the Days. I think this band is going places, so check them out.
I gotta check them out, man.
Yeah, me too. I know about them, but I haven't heard anything.
I've heard them on XM on Out Nation. They were on the countdown a couple of times already with a couple of tracks, and they're really good. They're a really good alternative band. Sound really good.
So what's your number 3, Jerry?
I don't know what the fucking CD or my notes are on that. You can help me out a little bit with this band, Mark. They're called Dorothy.
Dorothy,
Yeah.
I mean,
Dorothy's
another great,
really good. I didn't pick them.
another great female singer. They've been around quite a while. Just good old fashioned rock and roll, man. I mean, I wish I can find the CDs here that I had of it.
Well, here's one right here.
Okay, well there you go. See, Mark can help me out here, but yeah, you know,
Here's the
just
other one.
good straight off rock and roll, dude. Yeah, that's the one I was going to show.
Yeah.
She's a great vocalist, man.
Well,
Very
yeah.
good. Yes. But anyway, that's my next pick, and yeah.
Did I get you into that group?
No, actually, we got in it together. I think at the same time
Oh.
because I noticed they were coming to Chattanooga, and I never heard of them. And I'm like, wow, so I'll check this band out, and I did. Like a day or two later, you mentioned them. I'm like, wow, I just discovered this band too. You probably knew them longer than I did, but
Yeah, dude, I heard them because YouTube. I was playing my Amazon Music on like just play shit that they think I like, and they brought up this band, and then Brian Davis brought up a couple days later. I go, I need to check out this band more, so I enjoyed them. They go from blues to like metal.
yeah.
It's fucking really good.
Yeah, I first saw them live. They were doing some video on some TV talk show in Los Angeles. There's a YouTube video of it, and I just fell in love with their voice, man. It's great band, man. They're going to be around for a while too. I don't think they'll ever be huge, but they're going to be good enough to keep a good fan base going. You know what I mean?
There's so many new bands out there right now.
Exactly.
There's Projector, there's Sodium, there's lots of good shit going on right now, and I'm enjoying it. Rock is not dead.
No, it's
Alternative is not dead. Alternative is part of rock. So get in that. My number 3 is a band that's been out from Long Beach for at least 20 years now, but I don't think they get enough love in the USA. They're huge in Europe. Rival Sons, man. Fucking dude, that guy's voice. How could you deny that band? That guy's what? He's not even a rock singer. He said he's R&B, and he's playing with a rock band. It's just, and then it reminds me of the Doors a little bit, man. It's like the band's different than what the singer is. The band is different, but they fuse those likes together and makes it one big fucking melting pot of fucking bitchin' ass group. They opened up for Black Sabbath on the end tour, but they're really fucking great band. I miss them at the House of Blues, man. But I am going to see Alter Bridge and Mammoth in March, just to let you know. You picked up Mammoth later. Can't wait to see them. But that's my number 3. So then we get to your number 2, Andy. What's that?
Yeah, my number 2. When I first started, my very first episode of Blackspinner Circle was the best of 2021, and this band had the #1 album for me, in my opinion. They're called Black Country New Road. They're already on their second album, and it's hard to describe. It's rock, it's jazz, it's so many different fusions thrown in together. The lyrics are very English, very English minded, but it's a very soothing, very relaxing band. Like they're a nice Sunday morning band to hear. They're called Black Country New Road. They go different ways all the time. Sometimes they'll throw in a sax or a heavy guitar here or there. So I dig them. I was just hearing them last night after our Black Spinner podcast. I threw it on and I enjoyed it, so I put them on my list here.
So what's your number 2, Al?
Well, this band's been around for quite a while now, probably since 2009. So technically, I mean, they're a newish band. Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats.
Oh.
I dig them, man. And they played down in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I was gonna go to it and I ended up missing them, but I kind of wish I want to see them live. I've been hearing like really that they're really cool live, and they have that stoner kind of occult. I think of them as like a cooler Ghost, to be honest with you. I know, I love that, man. Their videos are really cool, man. Like, like they really mix like those old 60s and 70s occult movies, like those real cult underground, like occult, movies, and then mix it. They make them as like their videos to their songs, and it's really kind of cool. It's kind of pretty psychedelic and pretty awesome, man. So I love their sound, and Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats. So I really like them a lot. I mean, they're check out Bloodlust and Mind Control. Those 2 albums are great albums if you're gonna check them out.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Bloodlust
I've heard of them. I never listened to them.
I've heard that
they're
they're
cool.
pretty good. Ian Wadley is like always sucking their dick on the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. If you ever listen, he's seen them live and he says they are really fucking good. So
yeah, he does promote them a lot. I know.
He promotes
Uncle
Acid and Deadbeats, a lot. So Charles, what's your number 2?
Well, I mean, Jerry picked mine, his last one, Dorothy. So I'm just going to do 2 of my honorable mentions in there. Well, one, and I'll just
do it.
I'll just did my other honorable mention, and that was
I'm sorry.
Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, and that's fine, which I totally endorse them, and I really love their self-titled album. It's really, really, really good. I also
check them out.
I also swing on their nuts as well. My second honorable mention, though, and I'm gonna save my third for my last guy. Second one.
Say it now.
Okay, well, Ghost is my last one. Yeah, you don't support Ghost, you don't support new rock, period. They're the biggest things out there. But my true honorable mention this round, I've heard some stoner rock metal. They are certainly a bit older, but they're a band I stumbled upon this summer, and I endorse them highly. Orange Goblin.
Ooh, yeah.
Tremendous metal outfit out of London that does not get enough love.
Great band.
Check them out. Man, I wish this band would break through and be huge. This old.
How I found out about them?
Metal.
Was from that metal show, and Neil Fallon from Clutch was, I think, wearing one of their shirts.
Oh.
And I kind of endorsed them, so I checked them out. And they're really good, man.
Yeah. There's for them to be. They had to quit.
You're breaking up a bit. You're breaking up a bit, there, Charles.
Few years to get ready.
It was a handsome picture.
That's just so. Dorothy, Orange Goblin, Ghost, and Uncle Acid is my picks there.
All right.
But
Then
Dorothy, yes, I agree, and she's hot. So
Yeah.
and if you love Hailstorm, you remind me of Hailstorm a lot.
Yeah.
So
Except
I'll
they go a
agree.
little bit more eclectic.
Little
than
softer.
A
Hailstorm.
little bit, but her voice is close. But I like that kind of
Because
stuff.
they go a lot blues. I haven't heard Hailstorm do a blues song.
Yeah.
Dorothy
I
does.
saw Dorothy open up for Greta Van Fleet, and she was awesome. And
Nice.
she also opened up for she opened up for Hailstorm and Lita Ford.
Nice.
Those three did a tour a couple years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, she's awesome.
So what's your number 2, Jerry?
Well, we have to mention this, man, or I mean, kind of our boss in a way, Wayne Noon, Project Resurrection. I mean, this is actually good music. It really is. The singer's really good. It's good shredding guitar work. I know the guitar and bass. The guitarist does the guitar and the bass on this album, and Wayne Noon does the drums, which is pretty awesome. Handsome guy too, by the way.
Yeah, you should give us some residuals from our shows.
But anyway, I'm telling you, man, support guys like these, man. Buy their stuff. It's good stuff, man. It really is.
Who's that? Oh, what was that again?
Project Resurrect.
Oh,
Yeah, they're really good. They're not on my list, but because they're on somebody else's list. So I'll let you guys know that when we get to the fans. But mine number 2 is a lady who's been on Roxanne Paris, band from Canada called Late Night Trouble. She's been on my Freeform Rock podcast. She's also a friend of mine on Facebook. So look, I know people too, Al. Sometimes.
I never said you didn't, man.
I also had Ronya Kaminsky from the Pinbreaks. We'll get to her later. And the girl from I fucking forgot, Nada Loren. We had her. Fucking, I got all these fucking bands from overseas. No American bands want to fucking talk to me. But but my Late Night Trouble, man. I like them to have a few songs out. They're just now releasing an EP from Canada. She's a really cool lady. She does a intro for my Freeform. I mixed it up between the people who've got on there. So this is Roxanne Paris from Late Night Trouble. You're listening to Freeform Rock Podcast. The Late Night Trouble rules. Check them out. They're really good. They have singles. Now they have an EP coming out. So then we get to number 1. Andy, what's your number 1?
This band has been around for maybe over 10 years. I've seen them about 5 times. I own almost all their albums. They are already on I think this was number 7 that just came out. I got on vinyl. The name of the band is called Dawes, Dawes. We just did a guest pick on Blackspinner Circle with Kate Noray, and she did Middle Brother, and one of the guys from Dawes was on that album. I've seen Dawes several times, and another cool thing was that the last time I saw them, they opened up for Jeff Lynne of ELO.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool to see those two things. They're more of a kind of Americana folk rock band. Right now, their sound is kind of changing. They're starting to turn into a little bit more of a jam band. They're starting to stretch out. Their songs are now going from 4 minutes to 9 minutes. So I'm along for the ride. Their name is Dawes, Dawes. If anyone's interested out there, their second album just had a 10-year anniversary. So I grabbed that. It's down here somewhere. It's down here on the ground somewhere. But I really dig it. So I hope that y'all would like that too, because it's one of my favorite bands right now at the moment.
So what's your number 1, Al?
Another band in the doom stoner genre. They're out of Massachusetts. And as a matter of fact, Eddie from the show last night kind of mentioned their name. A band called Elder. Yeah, I love that. Love that, man. And I just discovered them like during COVID, and their album Omen from 2020, and it's got like 6 songs, and they're all like 10 minutes and over. So they kind of mix like they kind of mix progressive in there as well as the doom and stuff. And I think they're fantastic, man. No, they're not Kiss the Elder
I was just laughing because we were talking about the Elder earlier and some other
Yes.
thing earlier.
Although I do like that album, and you shit all over it, but I do like that.
I finally heard it, so I can shit on it. So
Whatever, man. You see, you know, with Kiss, man, I like their albums when they kind of went left of center, you know, and that one was definitely left of center. But for some reason, I really like that album. So, but anyway, go back to the band Elder. Yeah, to check out their album Omen from 2020. And if you like progressive mixed with some doom and stoner, they're definitely a great band. So I think they're like my number one like newer band. So I think they've been around for like a good 7-8 years already, but like they just kind of been getting their name out like, you know, the last couple of years. So not a lot of people know about them, but I kind of mention them, you know, I try to get their name out a little bit, you know, so check them out.
So Charles, what's your number one?
Well, any band named after Kiss's best album has to rule. I'll say that much.
That's the album. Come on, now you're pushing it, man.
I know, I'm teasing. This guy's actually a solo artist that I discovered today out of Seattle. His name is Aaron Jones, and you spell it Ayron Jones.
Aaron, I think you pronounce it Aaron.
Maybe.
I think that's how they pronounce. I think that's how they pronounce it. Yeah.
Singer, songwriter, guitarist. His first album was actually produced by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Wow.
People, but
Yes, Seattle.
Sir Mix-a-Lot did a little metal after his hip hop career, anyway. I think a little bit. I don't know. It's a mix of like rock and metal and art and hip hop. And again, all those beats are organic, played with drums, nothing synthesized from what I heard. He's got one full LP called Child of the State, and he's got a new single out called Filthy, or fairly new. Check him out. I think that's a promising artist there. And also, it's just, I like that mix, you know, incorporating the new with the old. And that's the way music's going to have to move forward anyway. Reach the youngins, as I like to call them. So very interesting artist there. So good guitar player too.
What's your number one, Jerry?
My number one is one of my favorite guitar players. His name is Patrick Kennison. He plays for Lita Ford, which I just happened to see a couple of days ago, and she was amazing. Great band. Patrick Kennison, Bobby Rock, just incredible bunch of musicians she had with her. But the band's called Heaven Below. They've been around since about 2009. Just good hard rock and metal. They do some decent covers too of like Twilight Zone by Golden Earring, and they do Major Tom by Peter Schilling, and they're really cool covers too. I mean, they make them sound really cool too. They have about 3 studio albums and about a whole shitload of EPs and singles. Man, I suggest you give these guys a try, man. This is good rock metal, it really is. So anyway, that's my last and final pick.
Nice. And who's what podcast is Alan Tate's Rock? I forgot his podcast name, but he copied me because I got this chick on Freeform Rock podcast, me and Lee, and we interviewed the Pinpricks. They sent me all these CDs for free and a shirt. I don't know why I didn't wear the shirt, but autographs, guitar pick. Cool. They sent me a shirt. They're fucking cool. Ronja Kaminsky, man, this band fucking rules. She plays fucking Jimi Hendrix, dude. Her dad taught her how to play guitar when she's a kid, and she needed a bass player. You know what she did? She taught her boyfriend how to play bass.
Wow.
This is a freaking 3-person band, the Pinpricks, and they named her name, got their name from it's just a tiny pinprick. It's not if you can hear me. Pink Floyd, right where you're wearing that hat. This lady is fucking cool. I helped them start their they needed a USA thing for their TikTok. So I made their own TikTok account for them and then gave them the password, and they took it over because they needed a TikTok USA. And then they sent me all this for helping them.
Good job, man.
That's awesome. That's
man,
cool.
They're a band out of Germany, man. They're a freaking killer fucking band. Subscribe to their YouTube page and Late Night Troubles, man. Those are 2 cool killer bands that I think female fronted bands that you guys should all check out, man. I don't think females get enough love this day and age,
Definitely.
and they're rocking the fuck out.
I mean, you can look all over YouTube and all that shit. These female guitar players. I hate to even call them female guitar players anymore. They're just fucking guitar players. They're
Yeah.
freaking awesome, dude.
Kiko Wongo's pretty good too. If you check her out on Instagram, she plays she'll play like fucking Backstreet Boys, but making metal on guitar.
Yeah, I got Oriante's new album coming tomorrow. I can't wait to hear that.
Oh, I don't have that one. I got the last one. But man, that's our 6 bands. But I also have check out Smackbound too. That's with Netta Lorena from they're from Sweden. Great band, Smackbound. They have one album out. They're pretty
And
cool.
Ghost. Don't forget Ghost.
You guys
Exactly.
can forget Ghost all you want. I already have. Who? I just joke. I kid. I don't like that band, but if you guys like it, like I always say, enjoy.
You probably don't like puppies either, or kittens.
I have puppies and cats. What are you talking about?
But one of that I did have as an honorable mention was Starcrawler. I think they're really good, Starcrawler.
Yeah.
And I don't know how y'all are going to feel about this, but right now in the alternative world, Willow is making a big push into, Will Smith's daughter. She's making a push into the alternative rock world, and her music's pretty interesting, man. She's got a pretty good band with her, and she's got some pretty solid lyrics to back them up. And I wanted to mention her.
Well, her mom's a total heavy metal fan, so
Yeah, I saw Wicked, right? Or what was the name of her band?
I don't
remember.
remember. I never listened to it, but she was with
It was
that
Wicked Wisdom.
Wicked Wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, she played an Ozfest that I went to.
Yeah.
They played like 11:30 in the morning.
So
Wow.
before we go, we guys need, like I said at the beginning of this show, subscribe and share. We have a Facebook page. Come join the party. We're never serious on the Mark and Jerry BS Sessions Facebook group. We also have a like page. You can like us and give us a 5-star review on there. But before we go, Al and Andy, we'll start with, let's go opposite. Al, you have anything to promote?
Not really. Just I just want to go see Yes, so I'm gonna put their show up on YouTube.
How was that anyway?
They were great, man. Sounded great. Friend of mine called me up last minute and he wasn't going. He had like 8th row tickets. And he's like, dude, you want him? I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I would go too.
I was on Steve Howe's side and
Oh, that's cool.
I got to watch him all night, and he's still a master, man. And the band sounded great.
Yeah, Jeff Downs is with him. He's awesome.
Mhm.
Jeff Downs, yeah. Now they have like another drummer because Alan White's gone, but
Yeah.
he's been with them, I think, for a while now, kind of subbing for Alan White anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they sounded great. I think the guy that's singing from John Davis, and I think he's sounding better and better now. I think he's like, after all these years, I think he's fit into that role comfortably now, So in the beginning, I didn't dig him that much. I actually like the guy previous to him, Benoit David, as the vocalist better, but this guy has kind of fit in now. So they were great. So I recorded their show. I'm going to put that up on their YouTube channel. Be Cool with Podcast Out. And I'm doing my cassette thing on my, cassette a day. I think
Yeah, you're
Andy's
putting a
been
lot of good
digging
ones
it,
up.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So I've been I kind of do a theme a week kind of thing, so that's really it. And thank you, Mark and Jerry and everybody, for having me on. So
Anytime, man.
Thank
Our
you,
pleasure.
man.
Pleasure's all on this side. Trust me.
Then we go with you, Andy. What do you got cooking?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, what albums did they play out? Because I know that they were playing a couple of albums because the anniversary.
close to the edge.
Okay, it was close to the edge.
Great.
Yeah, good stuff.
The 50th anniversary of it.
Okay, I knew that it was an album. I just forgot which one. I will be on vacation all next week, so I'll be gone. But the week after that, I am going to be doing the rolling the dice and finding out a letter and having a top 10 of a band or artist of that letter. We've done that before with the letter M. So I'm going to find out which letter we're going to do. Then after that, we are going to have Jerry's pick for his guest pick in the beginning of November. So those are two things that I got coming up on the Blackspinner circle. But next week there will be no show.
All right, you Charles, you got anything cooking besides trying to tell Liam to fucking bring you back in the band?
Yeah, and getting on any other podcasts going and stuff like that now. Just
Nothing. And Jerry, what's up? Any updates on 3 Shots Down?
Possible.
Yeah, you were supposed
In
to talk to me, you
discussion.
never did.
It's in discussions. So,
All
but
right.
yeah, you know, what show number is this? Do you know?
I'll know when I put it up because I go look back at the last one. I think that's... Hold on, I'll get it right now. I got my phone. I'm just being lazy.
Oh, but man, thanks for having me, guys, because I really enjoyed being on your show.
Oh, dude, man.
Enjoy
We'd
being
like
on.
to love having you, man.
Enjoy being on yours too. Let's see. What was the last episode? It'll tell me right here.
But last night
we did the K-Tail album, which was episode 84.
Okay,
This is
so
episode
I thought we were
85.
getting close to 100. So we'll do
Well, we
something.
kind
really
of are.
cool.
This is 85.
We'll do something really cool for the 100th. I don't know
Well,
what.
you
but we'll
plan
think
it,
of something.
man. I'm tired of planning. I'm
All
getting
right.
burned out.
What are you talking about, man? I've been playing them the shit out of these lately.
We need to get everybody on there, man. Like Eric and Eddie and
Yeah.
Lee. Lee will take over the whole
Decibel
show.
Geek. Decibel Geek just hit 500, right?
I know. I did something for the Chris actually asked me to record something, so that was cool.
I
Oh,
did too.
Yeah. He told me I could make fun of them, but I didn't. That was cool, man. I love those guys. I would never make fun of them.
Yeah, them guys are awesome, man.
Yeah, man. So this is episode 85, but I got something, Pimp. Check out the Freeform Rock podcast every Friday. You get a new episode. Right now until tomorrow, it's Jackson Brown running on empty. I forgot what tomorrow is, but I'm going to put it up before I go to bed because I like putting it up early and then promote it when I get to work. And then we got the Freeform Rock podcast on YouTube, which me and Lee do drunken videos on Saturdays. And then also the Freeform Rock show every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. freaking Eastern. Check that out. And also check out the great DJs on thatmetalstation.com because they all fucking rule. If they didn't rule, they wouldn't be on there. All right, man. Thank you guys for coming on here. Thank you, Al. Thank you. I think next week we're going to do with Eric the top 6 movies that traumatized us, right? All right, that should be fun, man. All right, take it. Hey, Charles, man, you fucking rule, dude.
well, thank you, and thanks for having me again.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I wasn't forgetting about you. I wanted to save our middle square for last.
So can I be on with the traumatized movies?
You
too?
can be on there with the traumatized. I knew you were gonna ask that.
Can I include the 10-hour version of Dances with the Wolves? It's traumatizing.
I might put a movie in there that's not a horror movie that traumatized me. So yeah, you guys can put in funny choices. I don't fucking care.
Mine will be mainly that. I promise you that.
That'll be fine. All right. Until next week, man. Check out the Market Jerry PS sessions on YouTube exclusively and on the Rat Salad Network channel, YouTube, and also on Rat Salad Network audio version of this on Podbean, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. All right. We're out of here, man. Later, guys.
Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take it